and welcome to the Homemade Podcast Sports. This is your host, Jay Pops.
Come on, keep hitting it. Come on, give me 5 more. Yep. Come on, don't stop. Come on. Don't stop. What you doing? Me? Yep. Come on. Hit it. All right, Rayon, that's it for you. Come on, Lele. Come on, hit it. All right, that's it. One more time, Jameer. And welcome back to the Homemade Podcast of Sports with your host, Jay Pops. Guys, it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Hot, by the way. But it's beautiful, beautiful out here in the great city of Houston, Texas. Of course, this is Saturday evening at about 1:10 p.m. I do have a lunch scheduled for 2 with one of my dear Aggie friends. I'm about to go meet up with him, and we're going to discuss a whole lot of what's going on, all right? We're going to have a lengthy conversation, but it is some breaking news, of course. Yes, I am a day late. I know I am, but you guys know how I like to do. But it is some breaking news, of course. OU, Boomer Sooner in horns down. Hey, y'all can flag me all day long if you want to, but horns down. And Boomer Sooner has officially accepted their invitation to join the SEC in the year of 2025. Now, will that change before 2025? Yes, I guarantee you it will, because they're not going to stay there all the way to 2025. Hey, but you didn't hear that from me, okay? But they won't stay there until 2025. Like I say, man, this is breaking news all around the country. This is a hell of an offseason, isn't it? A hell of a offseason. It has been a whole lot of interesting stuff going on. Not only with this, because this here just had taken everything, but also, man, with other stuff that's going on. It's amazing to me how didn't that many people keep up with the media days like they wanted to when this news came out. This has got to be the most breaking news in probably over a decade now, man. So, like I say, Oklahoma and Texas are joining the conference in 2025. So, what happened? What really happened? So, I'm going to tell you what happened. You guys have to put this in your mind and to your perspectives. The Southeastern Conference, which is the SEC, by the way, are like the marbles. I'm going to say that once again. The Southeastern Conference are like the marbles. Dumber it all the way down. The Southeastern Conference are the Avengers at the end of the day. All other conferences, no disrespect, but you guys are DC. I'm going to say that once again, but you guys are the DC of the world. Once again, Southeastern Conference are the Avengers, everybody else, DC. Which one is getting the most ratings and which one is getting the most money? Marvel over DC. That's mainly what the Southeastern Conference is now. Also, Southeastern Conference now officially have asserted themselves, in my opinion, as the pre-NFL. This is a get-ready league to go to the NFL. So if you want to come play on the highest level, come on down to the Southeastern Conference. That's all I'm saying. So it's a lot of those guys come from all the way up north to come play down south to get themselves ready to go to the NFL. I mean, hey, man, it is what it is. So why was this move made by Oklahoma, in which everybody does not understand that move? Because Oklahoma has completely dominated the Big 12 in many, many years, man. They have completely dominated that league. They're going to be on a run to win their 7th consecutive Big 12 title, in my opinion, unless they get derailed by Iowa State. But they are arguably the best team over there in that conference, and it's going to stay that way until they leave. Now, nobody had a problem with Oklahoma. Everybody had a problem with Texas. That was the biggest issue. What is Texas moving for? That was the main focus on everybody's agenda and radar. And us Aggie fans included, man. Hey, you guys gonna hate me for this, but it is what it is, man. Yes, we were talking about them as well. But me, myself, man, I said that it was going to happen. And I said on a couple of videos back, which was like maybe the last one, but the one before the last, was that I would be surprised if our president votes yes. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised. So it was a hands down vote to get both of these teams in here. It was a 14-0 landslide. I'm going to say that once again. It was a 14-0 landslide. Hell, I don't even much know if the conference voted 12-0 to get us and Missouri in there back in 2012. But that was a different college football era. Yes, of course, it pissed a lot of us Aggies off, but that was a different college football era, man. It pissed a lot of Missouri fans off. Once again, that was a different college football era. Can't be mad at that. We just have to keep on moving, continue to move. Because A&M is in the spot of where they wanted to be when they came over here. They wanted to assert themselves as a premier Texas, premier state of Texas program, and that's just what we did. Now we're on the rise, and hey, man, we're here. We have a coach to do that. But anywho, with Texas, man, a lot of people didn't understand the move because Texas, yeah, man, they got a lot of wins. But you got to keep in mind, man, Texas only has 3 Big 12 titles in all of the years they've been there. I'm going to say that once again. They only have 3 Big 12 titles in all of the years they've been there. Mac Brown worked there for about 14, 15 years, and I think he only won 2 in this 14-year team. Crazy, right? Out of all those teams that Mac Brown had, he only won 2. That's why everybody says they didn't understand the move from Oklahoma. Oklahoma is by far the Big 12. The Big 12 runs through OU. It just is what it is. So the move with Texas, man, it was to promote this here footprint that the SEC already has in the state of Texas. The reason why they were accepted and the reason why A&M accepted them as well was because of the simple fact of that they want the state of Texas to be bigger than what it is. All right, and let me make that make sense. The SEC wanted the state of Texas in general. They got A&M, but A&M was like a project to them. They felt like, okay, well, if we get in A&M, we can put our foot down inside of the state of Texas and see what that actually means. We can see what that actually means. If we bring this Texas program over here, we bring one of these Texas teams and pretty much shape them up into an SEC all-out team, it's going to bring in the money, of course. It's going to bring in the money. It's going to pay a lot of bills. It's going to bring in a lot of recruits. And it's going to bring in a lot of eyes. All right? It's going to bring in a lot of TV ratings. if I can remember, man, Texas A&M has been on that CBS 2:30 primetime slot quite a few times ever since we've been in the SEC. When Johnny Manziel was there, of course, that game wasn't on CBS, but that next following year against Alabama, that game was on CBS. Going forward, after the Johnny Manziel days, we've had at least one game on CBS each and every year. I'm going to say that once again. We've had at least one game on CBS each and every year. We had about 4, I know for sure, against the Crimson Tide on CBS. I want to say it's way more than that, but we've had at least 4. I know we've had about 2 or 3 against, maybe about 2 against Auburn on CBS as well. All right, so once again, man, you guys have to remember where this Texas A&M program was to where they are now. But anywho, the point I'm trying to make is that the SEC asserted themselves inside of the state of Texas, and that was that. But they only got half of it. Because at the end of the day, the state of Texas is 60% Longhorn fans. Yes, I'm telling you what I know. The state of Texas is 60% Longhorn fans and about 40% A&M fans. We're talking about football terms now. I'm gonna say this once again. It's like a 60-40 in what I've seen in my years. In what I've seen, it's like a 60-40. So 60% Longhorns, 40% A&M. Now, has that number significantly went up for Texas A&M over the past couple of years, ever since we've been in the SEC? Yes. But the simple fact of that, if you can bring that Texas team and put them with another Texas team, that's 100% SEC for the state of Texas all day long. So the door was halfway open for them to come in and essentially recruit. Now, since Texas is joining the conference, that door is wide the hell open. I'm going to say that once again. That door is wide the hell open. It's swinging open, man. It's open. Come on in. Enjoy yourself. So you thought the state of Texas was something? No, you ain't seen nothing yet. So like I say, man, it's going to bring in a lot of wealth for a lot of generations to come. It's going to bring in a lot of recruiting all day long. Does this hurt Texas A&M recruiting wise? I'm so tired of hearing it. No, it does not. Texas A&M will still be in the top 10 when it's all said and done. The problem is that it doesn't hurt us in recruiting. It hurts other conferences in recruiting. Because what you're going to see, and mark my words on this, what you're going to see going forward, since Texas and OUS came to the conference, you're going to see starting in the year of 2023, maybe, I want to say, it's going to be these teams here in the top 10, regardless if Nick Saban is still around or what. It's going to be Alabama. It's going to be LSU. It's going to be Texas A&M. It's going to be Georgia. It's going to be Texas. It's going to be Oklahoma. And maybe Florida occasionally, okay? Those are the teams that you will see in the top 10 consistently going forward. And mark my words on that. You will see those teams, and there's going to be a lot of conferences that's going to be mad as you know what about that, okay? So that's what that hurts. That hurts other conferences at the end of the day. And when you look up, it's going to be a lot of teams in the SEC that's going to be like 10-2, man. Once again, mark my words on it. There's going to be a lot of teams in the SEC that may just be like 10-2. How will Oklahoma and Texas fare? I think Oklahoma will be okay. Texas, on the other hand, you just don't know with them. I don't know. I do not know. But I can tell you what Texas A&M will be at. Texas A&M will be in the top 5 for the next 10 years. For this decade alone, Texas A&M will be in the top 5 going forward. There's a lot of people that's going to laugh at that. A lot of people going to be mad at that. But it's a lot of people that does all of that. But in the inside, they know that Texas A&M is a good program. And they can see that Texas A&M is on the rise. Okay? People can come here all they want to. But a lot of people respect Jimbo Fisher and what he's doing and what he's been able to build out there in College Station. Okay? So, anywho, speaking of that, we're going to finish off that subject. But speaking of that, got some breaking news as well. It is the biggest pool party of probably Texas A&M's recruiting weekend period. Probably one of the biggest ever. Pool party / barbecue out there that they have going on at the moment. Man, I've seen a list of names in which I wouldn't have thought I've never seen. They got at least 8 5-star guys out there that's all on defense. I'm gonna say that once again. They got at least 8 5-star guys out there that's all on defense. A lot of highly rated 4-star recruits is all cramped into the top 100. And a lot of 4-star recruits is cramped to the top 200. I mean, they have everybody out there. I've even seen Shamar Stewart, who's a 5-star that's radar to Miami at the moment. He's down there. I've seen Big Bear Bryant that decommitted from Georgia, 5-star. He's from Texas, by the way. He's down there. I believe Harold Perkins, he's down there. Of course, Bobby Taylor is down there. Also, man, this guy here, the number 2 recruit in the 2022 class behind Quinn Ewers, Walter Nolan. That was the biggest surprise over the weekend. He's down there. I can guarantee you this. We aren't even much in the young man's top 5, I believe. Be looking for that top 5 to change. All right? I'm going to say that once again. Be looking for that top 5 to change. If we get Walter Nolan with the guys that we already have, because I'm going to tell you like this. If we get Walter Nolan, that's going to be a domino effect to Big Bear Bryant. That's going to be a domino effect to Bryce Anderson. That's going to be a domino effect to Gabriel Brown, I think. What's his name? Gabriel Brown, Dendy or Denlo, something like that. That's going to be just a domino effect to everybody that's out there to say, man, you know what? I'm committed. Let's do it. So you guys have to be looking for that, man. Keep your eyes and your ears open. This is a big, big day in College Station, all right? So I want you guys to be ready for that and be prepared for that, okay? So, like I say, man, this is just breaking news, though, about Texas and OU. Hey, these guys are here. They're here, man. So, like I say, get ready. I'm not worried for anybody that's out there that's worried. I mean, come on, guys. Like, for what? What are we worried about? I understand what they've been saying down there in Austin about, hey, you can't run now, things like that. But that's just the rivalry side of it. You know, hey, they don't like A&M don't like them. You know, it just is what it is. I can guarantee you this, though. There's a whole lot of things getting changed down there in Austin. I mean, billboards are getting torn down. Anywhere that says Big 12 is getting torn off the buildings, and they're putting SEC everywhere. They ain't got into the conference yet, but they're putting SEC everywhere. Paul Firebaum's show, I've seen that now, just blown out the roof. That probably got the most ratings ever right now. That's going out the roof with guys calling from Austin, guys calling from Oklahoma. I mean, just all over the place. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But like I told you guys, man, the reason why they brought these 2 programs there is because the blue blood status, in which Oklahoma has about 50, I think OU has about 50 conference titles. You know, that dates way back. And Texas has about 32 that dates way back as well. So you got to keep that in mind, man. It's all a business thing. But it's going to shape up a lot. I can see it being a lot of fun. But this year alone, like I said, if you guys haven't watched the Big 12, please watch it this year. Because the Big 12 is by far about to be, man, it's finna be some hands swinging. It's finna be some coaches exchanging words to just these 2 programs. Anytime these 2 programs walk in their building, they're going to boo the heck out of them. I'm honestly going to say that. They're going to boo the heck out of them. Fans might be throwing stuff. Man, it's going to be really interesting. That's why if Oklahoma doesn't win it, it wouldn't shock me. If Texas goes like 4-8, it wouldn't shock me as well. So, man, you guys got to be prepared for that. But like I say, I don't think it's going to last all the way to 2025. It's just going to be too much hand swinging. It's going to be a lot of flags this year. I'm being on. It's going to be a lot of flags being thrown in these games, so it's going to be really interesting. I will be watching it, but keep your eyes on that Oklahoma and Texas game as well, just to see what these guys are going to do. Are they going to play fair? They're going to shake hands, look like they're buddy, take pictures together, stuff like that. So you guys got to stay tuned for that. But once again, man, it's Homemade Podcast Sports with your host Jay Pops. Guys, I got to get out of here. I got to go catch up with one of my dear friends. It's about 1:30. I got to go catch up, man. We got to discuss a lot. But I love all of you guys. #GigaMax.
And thank you guys for tuning in to the #Homemade Podcast Sports. Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube page and also follow me on Twitter @JPops, on Instagram @JPops, and also on Facebook at #Homemade Podcast Sports. Thank you guys once again. #GigaMax.